what does a seller have to pay in closing costs in order to sell their home? And there's just really a couple of things that a seller pays in order to sell. One is any loans that they have against the property. So if they have a line of credit, if they have a mortgage, if there are any judgments or liens, let's say that they had their roof replaced and the roofer put a lien against the house because the seller didn't pay it, that gets paid at closing. If there's any outstanding domestic relations owed, that also could get paid at closing. So anything outstanding that is connected to the seller by name or by property gets paid at closing. Secondly, transfer tax. So in Pennsylvania, there's a 2% transfer tax. Buyer pays 1%, seller pays 1%. So using the example of a $500,000 home, 1% of that is $5,000 for transfer tax. If the seller is paying both sides of agent commission, and depending upon the agent you work with, that could be anywhere from 5% to 7%. So if they're paying both sides, let's use 5% as the commission rate, then 5% of $500,000 is $25,000. They are paying for certifications. So when you have taxes and possibly public sewer, public water, trash, you need a certification through the township to show that these items have been paid. Or if they haven't been paid, they will get collected at settlement. So the certification comes directly from the township and is for settlement to be able to show that these have been paid or haven't been paid. And if it has been paid, you'll get the overpayment back at settlement. Also, there's typically a broker fee, and that is for review of the file. And that can be anywhere from, my company is $2.95. I've seen other companies as high as $8.95. So it just depends on what they're including in that. And then you're going to pay for a conveyancer. So a conveyancer is someone who basically calls for the mortgage payoff, gets the certifications, makes sure that the property is really clear to close. They have all of the outstanding items or help to obtain all of the outstanding items in order to close the property. There may be some other items, such as if you're part of a HOA, you'll have to get resale documents to the buyer, and there's normally a charge for that. It can be anywhere from $80 to $600. It depends on the HOA where you live. So that's what makes up seller closing costs. There could be a couple of notary fees and, smaller items, but the biggest is really the agent commission, your transfer tax, and whatever payoff on a loan you may have, or any liens against the property. That's what you would take care of. So hope that helps. Thank you. Thank you for listening, and subscribe if you want more tips, because there's so much to learn about when you're buying and selling real estate. Have a great day.